All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Just a Fan Podcast is back for another week. I'm your quarter host, the Wildcat quarterback that runs this thing, Coach Williams. That direction, for the first time in a while, he has nothing to say. He's a man of few words, but he knows how to grill and smoke meats.
Pause.
Pause. Pando 316. What's up, man?
Hey man, I can't call it, man. This is where the rubber gonna meet the road. Several games this week, and some things happened last week that was a shock. Some things were not so shocking.
Yeah. And I tell you what, now that 12 weeks of football is over with, still got a couple more bye weeks, couple more teams with some bye weeks coming up. But we pretty much know who these teams are for the most part. And there are teams competing for number one seeds. There are teams competing for that division title. And there are teams trying to fight and scratch and claw for those final three spots in the playoffs, seeds 5, 6, and 7. So a lot of teams got work to do. That's why when you need to win games as much as possible in the beginning, so that way you don't have to. I mean, you still want to win toward the end, but you pretty much control your own destiny when you get to around this point, because we already know a lot of teams who are obviously eliminated, such as Carolina and Chicago, but playoff seeding will be settled these last 6 weeks.
Carolina is something that we need to discuss.
Let's discuss them then. Come on. Talk to me.
So head coach Frank Reich was relieved of duties as head coach of the Carolina Panthers this week after a 1-10 start?
Yeah, 1-10 start. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey man, he only had 1 year. I am one of the people who are kind of a proponent of give the guy at least 2 years. Okay, so this is the first thing. You got a head coach who has had 1 year. He's got a rookie quarterback who is not playing his best. And you go ahead and you release him. You fire him after 1 year. You don't have a first-round draft pick. You gave that to the Chicago Bears, who now own the number 1 overall and number 4 overall pick in the draft. If the season were to stop today, were to end today, they would have the number 1 overall from Carolina and the number 4 overall for themselves. So you don't have anything to build on. If I'm the new coach coming in, I'm like, okay, I don't have any draft picks, man. What am I supposed to do? I got to stay with this kid who's a quarterback who right now, it's too early to call him a bust. Let's be clear on that. I don't want to be
too early.
Clear on that. But it's not looking good. Now in the right system, hell, he might be fantastic. With more weapons around him. I mean, Adam Thielen is the one. He's the alpha dog receiver on that team. And Adam Thielen is, how old is he?
Adam Thielen got to be about, 32, 33 years old?
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, Thielen, even in his Minnesota days, like, he wasn't fast to begin with. So you're talking about a non-fast receiver with 33-year-old speed. I mean, what is that? That's what Keyshawn Johnson at 33 years old
So you don't have a viable tight end. You don't have a viable number one receiver. The offensive line,
is shaky.
at best, you don't have you don't have a great running game.
No, because Miles Sanders hasn't really panned out.
Has not, and your defense is fourth from the bottom in the league in points allowed.
And you wonder why Brian Burns is trying to get out of there.
So honestly, if you look at it, if I'm Frank Wright, quite possibly that might be a addition by subtraction for my career. I need to get the heck out of there. But also in turn, you can't attract a high quality coaching candidate. That's gonna
No,
be tougher. It's gonna be tougher to what do you have to offer me as a coaching candidate to come in here and coach your team? You got a young quarterback, got a defense that isn't great, got a running game that isn't great,
no first round pick.
no first round picks.
You should have traded Brian Burns, if not for a first round pick, then at least for someone who you know that's going to be able to give you a high second round pick.
And they should have made that move.
They should have made that move
to procure
because that would at least made it a tad bit more attractive, not 100% more attractive, but at least a tad bit more attractive. And here's the thing: they fired Frank Wright after one season. They had Matt Rule in there for what, 1 or 2 years, and he's gone already.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I saw this on social media. The only way the owner David Tepper is going to be able to attract the correct head coach is to do what San Francisco did, and that is make sure that you offer this head coach 6-year contract and get out of his way.
Yeah, but even a 6-year contract is not a guarantee that you won't get fired.
Well, and that is true, but then that means you need to be doing your homework on these head coaching candidates then. Because someone, you need to give that head coach time to come up with a plan to get this roster correct while also correctly developing Bryce Young. All this is vital. Okay.
My question is we know Frank Reich's been fired. We
Right.
kind of saw writing on the wall, even though it was somewhat of a shock him being fired at the one season. But why? How is Brandon Staley still employed?
So actually, I saw something today that his seat is the next one that's the hottest.
Mr. That seat should have been on fire by now.
Hey, listen, and I saw something that Anthony Lynn's record with the Chargers was only one game above 500, and right now Brandon Staley's record is only one game above 500. So it wasn't that much. It's not that much better. It's running pretty much parallel, pretty much running the same.
Let me tell you something. I've never seen a coach snatch defeat from the jaws of victory this season like Brandon Staley is. And I'm sitting up here going, like, how's this guy still have a job? And here's the thing, he's a defensive-minded coach, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
But the Chargers have a very bad defense. They're 24th in points allowed. Let me see. I didn't want to say they're 24th in points allowed. They are 29th in yards allowed. And yet, I'm like, weren't you brought in to make the defense better?
He was brought in to make the defense better. I told you before, he's a Fangio disciple. But you just don't see it with him as a head coach. I mean, and maybe he might be a better defensive coordinator. But when he was a DC, he was with the Rams, And matter of fact, let me see how fast I can pull this up. Because when he was DC with the Rams, which is Brandon Staley, that was 2020. So yeah, 2020 Rams. I'm trying to remember who's on that defense. Of course, we know Aaron Donald was on that defense. I'm just trying to see how much of a difference. Okay, so he had Donald, Brockers, Leonard Floyd, Jalen Ramsey. It wasn't it's okay defense.
But I mean, you're talking about somebody who had Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack booking pass rushes.
And that's
You know,
true with Derwin
Joey
James at
Joey
safety.
leading your secondary. You know, you actually have something to work with, and your team is like, I mean, how many one-score games has the Chargers lost within the last couple of minutes of the game just by bad decisions?
Right.
So I mean, so we're looking at that. I honestly believe he's going to be the next domino to fall, especially when they lose this weekend. Because I do have them losing this weekend. I'm sorry, I have them winning this weekend. If they lose this weekend, based on who they playing, and we'll get to my picks later, but if they lose this game coming up this week, and they lose this game, brother, there's no excuse. He's got to go. I don't think they're gonna let him ride the plane home.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so my picture's frozen. I don't know why
your picture is frozen.
Yeah, my picture is frozen. Yeah, I'm seeing that on my phone as I'm looking at it.
This is
So I'm
very
not. Yeah. Shoot. Hold on. Well, no, we can still talk. I'll just be frozen the whole time. I'm sorry. What was you saying? Staley.
It's the Chargers, based on who the Chargers are playing this weekend, Sunday. If they lose this game, I don't think they'll let him ride the plane home.
Who are they playing?
They play the New England Patriots.
Man, and hey,
you
New England.
Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi is going to be the quarterback you're going against. If you lose to either one of those,
New England, Bill Belichick defense lost to a third string quarterback.
Which brings me to my next thing. Bill Belichick will probably voluntarily just leave the Patriots.
I think so too. I think it's out. Okay,
to save face from being fired. But I mean, he's got to be the next domino to fall as well.
Yeah. He'll be. I strongly believe he's gone after this season. Yeah, it's just he's going to start over somewhere. Here's the thing, though.
Bill Belichick can go off into the sunset. He doesn't have to go start over somewhere.
He really doesn't. But some people think some people think he will. Here's one thing. And I told this to Steve earlier this week. Outside of Bill Parcells, 4 teams. Dick Vermeil, 3 teams, and Marty Schottenheimer, 4 teams. How many head coaches since the 80s have been a head coach for more than 2 teams? No matter how good or bad they were. Easily since the 80s. Probably even going further back.
I don't know.
Because I'm looking at it, I'm like, I mean, Bill Belichick is on the second team. You know, George Allen coached 2 teams. I think Shula coached 2 teams.
Most of these coaches don't get an opportunity to retread. Only person I can think of is Josh McDaniel, because he coached.
Yeah, but he's only coached 2 teams too, though.
You said more than 2 or 2?
More than 2. More than 2.
More than 2. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot that's done 2, but I'm talking about more than 2. So outside of Bill Parcells, who's done 4, Dick Vermeil, who's done 3, Marty Schottenheimer, that's done 4. How many coaches have done more than 2? Have been head coach for more than 2 teams?
I don't know you, but I'm sure you'll tell us.
I can't think of any more outside those 3.
Okay.
unless I'm missing somebody. But yeah, so if Belichick, this could be his final team. Not guaranteeing it is based off what I said, but it could
Again,
be.
he has. I mean, unless he just is ultra competitive, which we know he somewhat is, Bill Belichick is. But hey, man, whether it was with Brady or not, he's won 6 Super Bowls.
Right. And 2 more as a defensive coordinator.
So I'm kind of like, hey, man, what? I don't need to do anything else. He's a first ballot, Hall of Famer,
And he's made money.
and he's made money. I'm not. What? How old is Belichick? 70 what? You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, what? Walk away. And there's gonna always be haters that's gonna say, well, Belichick ain't gonna be was never anything without Tom Brady, because we've had that discussion ad nauseum on this podcast before.
71 years old.
71. Okay, thank you. But he's gonna have those haters, and that's cool. But if I'm Bill Belichick, I just walk away.
And the thing is, though, you
This
still
team is a disaster. You're not going to rebuild it anytime soon.
no,
You're not going to be young enough to enjoy it
no,
by the
no,
time
no, you're
it
not,
gets
no, you're not,
rebuilt.
no, you're not.
You know,
71 years old. And you still got to coach the team regardless of who the quarterback is at the end of the day, and you're still responsible for 52 other players besides Tom Brady. You have grandkids. Go
Yeah.
enjoy the grandkids, man.
that part.
Go enjoy your grandkids. Like, your kids are grown. They have they have their own kids. Go enjoy it, man. Go enjoy life, man. 71 years, shoot. There's really nothing else to accomplish. You did what you're supposed to do. Did you do a good job drafting on the offense, especially at skill position? No, that's fine. Okay, every coach, no coach is perfect in history, but 71, man, I just retire and stay retired.
I just walk away.
Yeah,
And save face from being retired. I mean, retired. Being involuntarily retired. Put it like that.
hey, whatever. Involuntary retire, whatever. Just don't come back, man. I would enjoy life.
Well,
Um,
you don't want to
but
be involuntarily retired. That's what I'm saying. I'd save face. You can't say, well, I got fired. I quit. I didn't get fired. I quit. I retired. We all know you was gonna get fired. We knew that. And leave it to and lead the team to Bill O'Brien to run into the ground like he did the Houston Texans. So,
nah, I don't think he'll be the success. Well, I wouldn't think he'll be the successor. I don't know who the successor would be. Be honest with you.
I don't know. It's gonna be some hot young coordinator more than likely. Kraft's gonna go after.
Man, that's some big shoes to fill, though, man. Immediately after Bill Belichick,
Yeah.
because, like I said, these Patriots fans been spoiled, man. 6 Super Bowl rings, 3 more appearances.
Yeah.
Been spoiled.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk AFC South football, man. And
Yes.
Jacksonville versus Houston. That was a very, very good game on Sunday, man. I gotta give CJ Stroud credit the way he played.
He's still my MVP front runner, honestly. Even in that loss.
MVP or Offensive Rookie of the Year?
Right now, he's definitely offensive rookie of the year.
Well, we know that, yeah.
I think that's a no-brainer. But he's still in the MVP conversation in my
Definitely. CJ Stroud, man, he gave us all to try to come back and win that game. And this is good for this young Houston Texas team that's still gelling, to be honest with you.
Hey,
still building, to be honest with you.
And
with a rookie head coach, a rookie offensive coordinator, a rookie quarterback, and that was like I mean, no, it wasn't a playoff game, but it had playoff
Yeah.
implications in it with the division title. That's something that they can build off of moving forward because now they can say, hey, look, we played in a big game. The spotlight's not going to be too big for us. And regardless of how the season ends, let's get better in the off season and let's take the next step forward. And Jacksonville, Houston next year?
Hey, let me tell you something. You talking about next year. Houston is living in the now.
Oh, I know they are.
They live in the now. They're still alive for the playoffs.
Of course.
What people still forgot, yeah, they lost to Jacksonville. But people keep forgetting that early this year, Houston traveled to Duval County and dealt the Jacksonville Jaguars a crushing blow.
Yes.
So this is not like, oh, it's a moral victory because they kept the game close. No, they whooped Jacksonville before, which tells you that basically the there's not much of a gap between Jacksonville and Houston in this division. You know, Jacksonville could slip up again. Excuse me, I apologize. Jacksonville could slip up again against another team. Houston could continue winning. And next thing you know, Houston is winning this division. It's not far fetched to say something like that.
That is true.
So, I made a post after watching that game Sunday. And I said, if you think that the Houston Texans are not going to be a problem in the near future, you have not been paying attention. You really have. For those of y'all who are Game of Thrones fans, Ramsey Bolton said, if you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention. That you have not been paying attention if you think that the Houston Texans are not going to be a problem in the near future. When I say near future, I'm talking about the end of this season. They realistically could get into the playoffs.
Yes.
Could they win a wild card game? Who knows? But could they get in? Absolutely. And that's still working with a skeleton crew. That's what people are not understanding is that, we're talking about a Houston Texans team that's still Jimmy Ward hasn't really played that much this year because he was injured. They still got some holes at linebacker, defensive line.
Yep.
Defense is still not what it should be.
Wide receiver.
He's making it. I wouldn't even say that. Wide receiver Nico Collins and Tank Dell have been fantastic this year. Tank Dell, if it wasn't for his teammate that's throwing him the ball, Tank Dell might be considered one of the offensive rookies of the year.
No, that's true. That's true. But
Tank Dell has been fantastic.
So you think they find a wide receiver moving forward, or because I want to make sure that Dell is that anchor wide receiver?
No, he's not the anchor, but he's a definite weapon.
Of course. Well, I know that part. So that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, well, maybe it's not as much of a glaring need then.
No, it's not. Offensive line. Offensive line, defensive line. They probably need another pass rusher. And do a little bit more at that secondary. But the fact that they're achieving what they're achieving, with what they're working with, that's extremely impressive. And here's the thing: they can go and get a lot of other pieces. Why? Because your quarterback's on a rookie contract and he looks like he's the real deal.
Yes.
That's a major piece that a lot of teams will be lacking a lot of times. They're lacking because it's like, okay, we need a quarterback. We got this, and this, and we don't have a quarterback. Houston has that quarterback.
Yes, they do.
When Deshaun Watson left Houston, people were a little bit, concerned about what are we going to do about a quarterback. Then they turn around, they draft C.J. Stroud. And the questions have been answered. Because like I said, even in this loss, C.J. Stroud looked really impressive. And he's continuing to look impressive. So, I like his progress, and I think he's going to get better as the season goes on.
Definitely, definitely. How has Griffin looked at corner opposite Stingley?
Shaquille Griffith,
Yeah.
he's out there. I'm going to say
Oh,
that.
okay.
He's out there. Um,
Man, he's falling off.
well, I ain't gonna say he's terrible, but um,
Yeah, but he was doing way better than this at one time in his career.
yeah, but I don't know. Part of it might be scheme. I don't know,
Maybe.
but yeah, he's not terrible. He's just not a world beater. But the Texans are on their way,
Yes, they are, definitely.
and I think they could actually make some noise before this season is over. So, uh, but moving on, another shock of this past week, Thanksgiving Day, the first game of Thanksgiving slate, was the Detroit Lions uh, fell to the Green Bay Packers, and it leaves a lot of questions. Now, Steve is, I don't know if he's going to show up, if he's, through filming content for his OnlyFans or whatever, but when Steve shows up, he's going to talk about how the Detroit Lions are frauds because they lost to the Green Bay Packers, but every team's entitled to have a fall off. Okay, I still believe that the Lions are who they were. They fell off against a Green Bay Packers team that's kind of on the same trajectory as a Denver Broncos or a Houston Texans team. Their trajectory is going up. They're starting to the Green Bay Packers.
You think so?
Yes. You can't beat one of the best teams in the NFC and not say your trajectory is not going up. I mean, at home at that. They went to Detroit. They went to Detroit and they
No,
beat.
I hear what you're saying. I don't know if Green Bay's trajectory is going up. I think that could have been like a late season trap game, man. I don't think. I
So
don't think.
you think it was more of a fluke?
Yeah, yeah. I don't. I'm not. I'm not believing in Green Bay right now, man. They don't have it together yet. I don't. I don't think Jordan Love is the answer at quarterback. I don't think LaFleur is the answer head coach. Um, they don't have a left tackle of the future because Bakhtiari can't stay healthy.
Man,
Defensively,
Bakhtiari couldn't stay. Bakhtiari couldn't stay healthy even when Aaron Rodgers was there.
I know.
So
The defense is just there, in my opinion. No, I think that was a trap game. I think that's a late season trap game. I
so
expect I definitely expect Detroit to bounce back this season. I mean, not this season, this week.
so you think that was more of them overachieving?
Mm-hmm.
So you think they're gonna come right back down to earth? So what you're saying?
Who Green Bay? Oh yeah,
Okay, we'll see.
yeah. I
They-
get it.
I just feel like I really feel like they to go in on the road against a Detroit Lions team who I still feel like because they lost that game, they're now the third best team in the NFC. But otherwise, who have been playing some really good football, some really strong, some really inspired football.
No, and look, I'm not taking anything away from what Green Bay did, but I just don't see that trajectory. I'm not feeling that trajectory like you are.
Okay, that's fair.
I need. Let me put it this way: for me to jump on that train, I need to see more.
Okay.
I do. I need to see more from Green Bay. Maybe if I look at this win from this season, maybe it might convince me. But right now, let's see what they've done.
They're gonna lose this week, but
Okay, let's
provided
see.
provided Kansas City can catch passes.
Okay, they beat Chicago They lost to Atlanta, who doesn't have a quarterback. I know it's by 1 point. You lost to Detroit early this year. The Saints, I mean, I guess I can kind of give you that because Saints are underwhelming right now. The Broncos beat them. The Raiders beat them. The Vikings beat them. They beat the Rams. They beat the Chargers. They lost to the Steelers. Nah, nah. I definitely need more from Green Bay. I need a lot more.
So let me ask you this:
Yes.
if they go out and play Kansas City,
Mm-hmm.
which is a rematch of Super Bowl one,
you
they
know
go
what?
out-
You know what? You know what? Yes and no. It's a rematch based off of franchise name, but off of
well,
like
that's all I was basing it off of.
okay, good, okay, good. Okay, because I was gonna say like most of those guys
No, most of those guys aren't even with us anymore that would
right.
play the game. But no, so let me ask you this: they go out and they play Kansas City. Kansas City beats them, but they play Kansas City strong. Do you feel like they've improved as a team? Because nobody's really expecting much from Green Bay this year.
Of course not. Now, yeah, they play
Do
Kansas
they,
City strong.
do they get some more respect from you? Considering, let's say
Yes,
Jordan,
yes,
let's say
they
Jordan,
get yes, they get more respect. The question now, how much more respect? I just don't know.
okay, so let's say Jordan Love goes out and he plays a respectable game against this Kansas City defense, which has been playing fantastic this year.
Yes, they have.
And he goes out, I don't know, throws for 250, maybe two touchdowns, no ints. Would you give him some respect then?
I give them more respect, definitely.
Okay, so we'll see. We'll see.
But like I said, I need more. And even if they beat Kansas City, respective. I mean, even they beat Kansas City or just lose to Kansas City, not horribly. I still would need to see more because like Detroit gave me enough in 2021, and then they just continue in 2022. I don't
Okay.
think I don't think Green Bay's on that 2021 Detroit Lions trajectory. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, no, I didn't say that. I want to be clear.
Okay.
No, I don't think there. If there's any team that's on that Detroit Lions trajectory, so to speak, it's the Houston Texans. Because they're a little bit more advanced than Detroit was. It took Detroit a little bit longer to
Actually, Houston might be closer to 2022 Detroit Lions than 2021 Detroit Lions, and
base
that's scary.
they're ahead of schedule.
That's scary
They're definitely you could definitely say that they're ahead of schedule.
because
Uh,
man,
but yeah, but no, so another game this week that we're not gonna even talk about is since we want to talk about coaches on the hot seat, the Dallas Cowboys put a 45 burger on the Washington Commanders. And in the process, they fired their defensive coordinator, Jack Del Rio, and I believe the defensive backs coach.
yes, they did.
And yeah, it
That
was a day
that put
later,
that puts that whole defense on the shoulders of Ron Rivera.
which is kind of a setup, in my opinion. It's like, okay, you're next, Ron. You better do something, or you're next. Which at this point, I think he's just delaying the inevitable because this team is abhorrent. It is bad. So I think that with the loss that they're going to take this weekend, again, I'm kind of foreshadowing my picks, but the loss that they take this week might be the death knell for Ron Rivera's tenure with the Washington Commanders. I mean, they saying he's out at the end of the season. He may be gone before then.
No,
Honestly,
no. Well, he's supposed to be out by the end of the season, and I think.
I don't.
Go ahead, Steve.
I don't see him being gone. I mean, it's week 13 now. I don't see him being gone this late in the season. To be honest, He should go, but I don't see that move being made now.
Okay.
Yeah. They keep saying that they allow him to go throughout the rest of the season until the end of the season. So he'll be there, and then Black Monday comes, and he either be
He'll be
fired.
gone on Black Monday.
Yeah. He either be fired Sunday night, Monday morning, Monday during the daytime. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely will be gone during Black Monday, but I still believe that they may make a move at the end before the end of the season. Honestly, because
It wouldn't surprise me, but
there are so many games that the Commanders realistically should have won. And I'm not talking about this past week. No, they didn't have a chance, but there are some games that they should have won
they got close with the Eagles twice.
and just dropped the ball. And I hate to pardon the pun, but yeah, drop the ball, turn the ball over. So yeah, there's a lot to be done that needs to be done in Washington, and I feel like Ron Rivera is next on the seat. But it's going to be out of Brandon Staley and Ron Rivera.
It'll probably be Brandon Staley next, Ron Rivera, and then Belichick. Belichick is going to be out at the end of the season, and Ron probably out at the end of the season too. That might be it. That might be it.
What might be it?
As far as coaches being gone between now and the end of the season, Staley, Belichick, and Ron Rivera.
Yeah, and like I said, Belichick, he's gonna do it like that. That Frank Sinatra song, "I Did It My Way." I think
That's my joint. That's my joint right there, man.
I think Belichick is gonna do it his way. He's like I say, he's not gonna get fired. He's just gonna retire before he gets fired. I think that's my speculation on that. That's what I think he would do because he's always been I'm gonna do this my way type of person anyway.
Right.
That's been his MO.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But moving on, what was the next topic?
The Bills and the Eagles.
Oh, Bills and the Eagles. Oh my God.
These guys are still winning.
They still win. They find a way to win. I can't count how many games they've come from behind and won. They're like, it looks like, okay, well, they might have them. Oh my God, they pulled that out. That's I really hate to admit that, but it's championship. Yeah, we on to the next topic though.
Yeah, I just want to show it though.
But basically the thing with Philadelphia is as much as you hate to admit it, as much as people may not like them, they keep finding ways to win games. And it's like where it looks like a team has them, they find a way, they claw their way back into games. And it's like
lay down.
That's championship level play right there. When you can find when your back's against the wall, you're down, and you still find your way to get back in the game.
Oh yeah,
and come back and win the game. Like that. That's why I still have Philadelphia is probably my best team in the NFL right now because of just because of that one trait right there. Because you can't count them out.
Yeah,
there's other teams that they get down by a couple of scores. Oh well, that's it.
Yeah, and I would love to hate on Philly, but they're finding ways to win, man, and that's all you got to do. It could be a 1 point, 2 point, 3 points. Now, are they the best in my opinion? No, I think actually the Ravens are. But Philly's winning Philly's winning by any means necessary. Now, they got some big games coming up, so we're going to see what that looks like. But they're handling their business, man.
Well, actually, to be honest with you, they've had some big games that came through. They played Kansas City and beat them. They played Buffalo.
Oh, yeah.
And beat them. Now they got San Francisco at 425.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They have more big games coming up. They got San Fran. They got us. They
do got us again.
They still have some more big games, but I mean they're handling the business, and I mean they're doing what they're supposed to do by any means necessary. It's tooth and nail. and they're doing it. So
Right now,
they're doing their thing.
I have Jalen Hurts as my front runner for MVP right now because of he literally is putting the team on his back, even when they're down. He went out there, no Lane Johnson, that's his best offensive lineman. AJ Brown was a dud against Buffalo. With one catch for like 8 yards, I believe. And he turns to Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith just turns it on. And as great as AJ, let me be clear, AJ Brown, I'm not saying he's trash, but AJ Brown just kind of was non-existent. He disappeared in that Buffalo game.
Teams are taking away AJ Brown. That's what's going on.
And he's finding ways, Jalen Hurts he's finding ways to win games without his top weapon because AJ Brown was having himself a season.
Well, that's the thing. Teams are purposely keying in because they're like, this dude's averaging 120 a game for like 5 weeks straight. We got to change something, man. We can't have this happen. If they're going to beat us, it can't be because he's setting NFL records.
And so he was like, okay, I'll take that bet. And he goes to Devontae Smith, and Devontae Smith just loses his freaking mind. No Dallas Goedert. He's out. And it's like people talk about, it's one of the things I can't disagree with. People talk about Brock Purdy since this bears relevance in it going in there next week. This is when everything is there and he's got all his players. Brock Purdy looks amazing, but the minute he doesn't have this guy and this guy, he's not able to do X, Y, Z. And I can't really debate that too much until he proves otherwise. But one thing you can say about Jalen Hurts is that he checks the box on that. If the Eagles play the 49ers like they played the first 3 quarters against the Bills, they're going to lose. It's possible. The thing is that the 49ers are hurting right now because they only have two real safeties on the roster right now. They just signed a couple of guys off somebody's practice squad. They lost Talanoa Hufanga. Then they lost George Odom, who was their backup safety. They could play free and strong. They lost him to a biceps tear. So you lost a starting safety, then you lost your best backup safety. That's going to lead to some questions right there. Against a team the caliber of an Eagles team. Then let's not. And I don't want to sound like this, but I mean it's a real thing. Yes, they have to get Kittle the ball too. Now that's when we're talking about matchups, and we want to go into talking about this particular game. Their linebackers cannot cover George Kittle.
They don't have any linebackers.
That's my point. They cannot.
They don't have any linebackers.
They cannot cover George.
It's not some linebackers, man.
No. It's their secondary. I know where Steve is going. It's they are 20. I want to say 20 something against the pass. Their passing defense
go ahead.
And I'm saying this. San Fran has a very efficient offense. Okay, very efficient, and they've been playing well really the entire season, except for they had a little slide. But Philly struggled against Dallas in Philly, and the refs helped them out a whole lot. Matchup wise, and y'all know how I feel about this. San Fran, I think, has the best overall personnel in the entire NFL, and the Eagles barely beat them last year. With more talent. Exactly. With more talent against a third string quarterback. It's gonna be a game to watch. Like I think they're gonna struggle. I'm gonna be honest.
And this another problem I have right here. Like
20 quick stat, 28th in pass defense.
Okay, 27, 28th. I mean, here's no problem I have. I mean, as bad as the Commanders have been this season, they struggle to beat them both games.
Now, I will say this because there's the intangible aspect of this game as well. It's like a lot of these other games, we're talking about the Commanders by 3-7. That's a division rivalry game. But they kind of slept on the Commanders because the Commanders have been dog water for such a while.
But that's poor coaching.
That okay, but here's the thing. This game here is the rematch of the NFC Championship. And I don't know if you guys been keeping up with what's going on. There's been a lot of chirping going back and forth between both teams.
I'm sure.
Both teams are gonna be coming with their A game. You know, Hassan Reddick started off the chirping earlier this week, you know, talking about the 49ers was crying about losing. And it was like, you know, because the comments made about, hey, we didn't have our quarterback. If we had our quarterback, it might have been a different outcome. You know, Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel were saying that at the end of the NFC Championship, you know, which is not fair for Hassan Reddick to make a statement about crying because the Eagles cried about the surface at the Super Bowl. That's why we lost. The turf where we were playing at was not up to par and da 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 da. So it's like let's keep it a buck. Let's keep the same energy about crying. But the thing is, you know, Deebo Samuel didn't call James Bradbury trash, which I don't like giving other teams bulletin board material. But both teams have bulletin board material right now. So you are about to see Stone Cold versus The Rock on Sunday.
And go back even further, Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, no, Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. Go back further, but you're about to see that type of because both teams are going to be up for this because the 49ers are going to be out to prove something. Then the Eagles are going to be out to prove something too because they're going to prove like, no, we're better than you. You got your quarterback, and we still going to whoop your tail. That's kind of how their mentality is. And the 49ers are like, no, we got our quarterback now, who's the number one in QBR in the league, I might add. And, you know, it's like, well, let's see what you're going to do. Now, if they can give Brock Purdy time, which that's another problem. The 49ers offensive line outside of Trent Williams is kind of suspect.
It really is. And
they have been Kyle Shanahan, and y'all know how I feel about him, but I have to give him credit where credit is due. He has been scheming brilliantly to protect his quarterback. Also, the quarterback has been protecting himself. A lot of the Purdy's best highlight plays is him stepping up in the pocket when the protection is broken down or getting to the outside and creating plays where there are none. That goes into if he's able to get outside or step up in the pocket and take advantage of the weakness in Philadelphia secondary, then yeah, we can see some fireworks.
Yes.
But another X factor again on the Eagles side is their ability to be completely unfazed. They could be down by 3 scores and be unfazed. You know, and it's like that most of the teams San Francisco gets up on. They get up on them by 2 scores, game over. They're demoralized. They're like, we can't hang with these cats. They busting us in our face. Look at Seattle on Thanksgiving night. Seattle thought they had something. They thought they was finna eat and got 8. You know what I'm saying? So most of those teams like that, they get demoralized. What's working for the Eagles is if the Eagles are unfazed. So San Francisco could go down there and do what they normally do and get ahead by a couple of scores. And Philly's like, we still got number 1 over here. You know, so
yeah, they definitely have a good position as far as overall record, man. That's why every game is important, you know. And people say, "Oh, well, you ain't playing so and so, and you're playing so and so." I'm like, dude, every game matters.
Every game matters. That's
every game matters, man.
That's why I said in the beginning of the show. The more games you win up front, the more you control your own destiny towards the end of the season.
The teams, you don't pick your opponent. The NFL picks your schedule. You gotta play. You want to win the most. They have a meme going around. Oh, Dallas only beat 2. No, Dallas didn't beat anyone above 500. We only played 2 teams at above 500. We're 8-3.
Yeah, but Steve, hold on now. Wait a minute. Hold on now. You still, if you're gonna call yourself a big dog, you got to beat big dogs.
No, what I'm saying is no. What I'm saying is there's a narrative going around. So if you look at that meme, you would assume Dallas is like 3-8. If you look at that meme. That's the narrative of a meme like that. We could be 10-3, right? 10-2. But having that directive is like, we can't choose on our schedule. You know, San Fran, Philly, you're good team.
And that's fair. You're 8-3. Okay. You beat who they put in front of you. Well, Well, here's the thing: you beat who was in front of you, but you lost to Arizona. That's
right, and that's what I'm saying. Every
that's a
game
big
is
knock.
important.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Every
But-
game is important.
But the thing is like my answer to that meme is it's only for people who are saying, like Cowboy fans are saying, well, we one of the best teams in the NFL. No, you're not. You can't call yourself Mike Tyson if you're going around punching out 5-year-olds. You know, it's like you got to get in the ring with Evander Holyfield. You got to get in the ring with Lennox Lewis.
Well, Dallas is one of the best teams in the NFL.
No, they're not. they're not one of the best teams in the NFC. Let's be real here.
So okay. So name 3 teams better beside Philly, San
Francisco, Detroit.
Detroit?
Yes. And I know where you're going, but guess what? Detroit opened the season beating the defending Super Bowl champions. Dallas does not have that on their resume at all.
I understand that. But I said a few weeks
ago. I just named 3 right there off the top.
I got you. And I like the confidence in Detroit. But number 1, Detroit doesn't even believe that. Number 2, we'll let their schedule play out. If we're going for like records, that's fine. Detroit couldn't beat San Fran or Philly either.
Well, we don't know that.
We know that. No,
we don't. We don't know that. That's you. That's your feelings. It's not.
No,
fair.
It's not my feelings. Listen, they beat KC. Number 1, they always match up well against KC. They almost beat them 2 seasons ago after KC Super Bowl win.
Okay.
Swift dropped the pass. They lost the game, so they match it well. KC also starts slow every single year.
Okay.
It's just a fact. But
okay, but what the fact is,
you're right. You're right. E. No, Detroit's good. You're right. They're good. You're right. Detroit's good, man. They're
what's their record?
You're right. They're good.
Until proven otherwise, they good.
You're right. So why? Why are they better than Dallas? Because they beat a team over 500.
Yes.
Okay. They're better.
It's talking about the quality of your wins. Period.
Okay. So let's look at Detroit's wins. I got to put up right now. The Bears, they won by 5 against the Bears, right? They barely beat the Raiders. What I'm saying is they're beating bad. They're beating bad teams too.
But at the end of the day, Dallas beat bad teams, lost to bad teams, and have not beaten a good team.
No.
Dallas has not beaten a good team this year.
No. Lost to 1 bad team. Lost to 1.
And Detroit has not lost to 1 bad team.
Detroit lost to Green Bay.
Okay, but what did you say before we went on the air, though, Coach?
The Packers too. Lost to the Packers.
What did you say?
What did who say?
No, Brandon. No. We gonna hold court up in here. What did you say before we went on the air, Brandon?
What did I say?
Oh no, we got amnesia now.
No, I'm Eric,
we got amnesia now. Oh no. Okay.
What did I say?
It was a one-off. It wasn't a big deal.
But Eric, no, but this is what I'm saying. According to you, the Seahawks are bad. They lost to them. They lost to the Packers, who we know are bad.
I don't think the Seahawks. Whoa. When did I say the Seahawks was bad? I say I hate the Seahawks.
You say all the time.
But no. Because see, that's why you need to be on the air more often. Because last show I said the Seahawks, as much as I don't like them, they're playing good football.
They're playing good football, but you say they're bad. Me not being on the air is a different story.
Find the footage. No. Don't put words in my mouth. Because find the footage where I said the Seahawks was bad. I challenge you. Where I said the Seahawks was bad this year.
You're right.
I challenge you.
You're right. The Lions are good. They're better than Dallas. You're right.
Until Dallas beats a quality team.
Well, Detroit
has done that.
So what I'm saying is this.
Detroit has done that.
What I'm saying is this, and we had this conversation before. Who has a tougher division? The NFC East or the NFC North this year?
Well,
we know the answer.
The Commanders are dog water. The Giants
if the Eagles are supposed to be the best team in the NFL, Dallas is more battle tested than the Lions. The Lions have no competition and lost the team who won't make the playoffs in the division.
Your logic is flawed as shit. What the hell? Dallas lost to the Eagles. You're using the Eagles as a stepping stone, but you lost to them.
I'm talking about the competition of who you play twice a year. We had this debate a few weeks ago. Who did the Lions play twice a year? That is the NFC contender.
good. Beating up junior high teams.
What's the
Okay.
answer?
Okay.
Who does Detroit play twice a year?
Take your fan
as a
hat off,
contender?
Steve.
I'm
Take
looking for an
your
answer.
fan hat off and put your analyst hat on.
I'm asking.
Who did Detroit beat at the beginning of the year?
I'm asking who they play twice a year that is NFC contender.
There's nobody right now.
Okay. So what I'm saying is,
Who did Dallas beat? That's an NFC
you're
contender.
losing to a
That's an
division
NFL
opponent.
contender, period.
What I'm saying is they lose to a division opponent that won't make the playoffs. But
So you saying they're not gonna make the playoffs because they lost to the Packers?
no. I said I'm saying they're not as strong because the schedule is very weak and they're losing the teams that they should be in within their division. We lost 2 teams too that we should have beaten, the Cardinals, but we also lost to NFC contenders. The Lions have not lost to an NFC contender, which we have to go through to go to the big game.
Help me understand. You saying a team is better based on who they lost to, not who they beat? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying the Lions, if you're saying they're better than Dallas, I'm asking how come they can't sweep the division?
Because you hanging your hat on the fact that the Dallas got their ass blown out the water by San Francisco and couldn't beat Philly. So
yes, Eric.
Why you hanging your hat on that?
No.
Hang your hat on games you won. Oh, I'm sorry you can't do that because Dallas has only played junior high football teams up until this weekend.
Well, the NFL teams. This is the thing.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. You know some of these teams.
So if we win, we're demonized. If we lose, we're demonized, right? Like, so we can't just.
Steve,
we lost to San Fran. San Fran and Philly.
Take your fan hat off and think as an analyst.
I'm saying we lost to the 2 teams that were in the NFC Championship, correct?
That's not a flex.
Are those respectable losses?
That's not a flex at all.
It's not a flex.
You hear yourself? Do you hear yourself? We lost to these guys, so that makes us good because we lost. What the hell, man?
No. I'm saying we're better. I'm saying you're saying Detroit's better. I'm asking how.
They beat the defending Super Bowl champions. If you compare schedules and victories, who has the better quality victory? That right there stands alone compared to Dallas, who has not beaten a team over 500.
Okay, you're right. Detroit's better. You're right.
As of right now, yes. Now, if Dallas going to Seattle and beat Seattle coming there. It's a cakewalk. But if Dallas beats Seattle, you can say they beat a team over 500.
What do you mean? What do you mean cakewalk? Can you expand on that?
They're coming into Dallas.
What does that mean? Can you expand on that?
They're coming into Dallas. Dallas is better at home. They're better home team.
No. So if we win that game, do we get credit for that as well?
Steve, what the hell I just said? Because you will have beaten a team over 500 for the first time this season.
But okay.
How did we get on? How did this turn into the Dallas Cowboys corner? This ain't Vosh Lombardi's channel.
No. This was a Detroit. This is a conference.
I know we're supposed to be talking about Detroit.
Ranking.
We talking about
because
Detroit.
They beat the Kansas City Chiefs week 1. You're saying it's better because they beaten the team.
They have a better quality win. They have a better quality win.
You know what?
Dallas has 0. They have 1 quality win. Dallas has 0 quality wins. What's the quality win Dallas? Steve, answer me one question. What's the quality win that Dallas has had this year?
0. I support you.
Thank you.
Detroit's rocking, man.
The prosecution rests his case.
They're a contender. Now let me ask you this. This is my last question. If they play you guys or Philly, do you think they will win in either game?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't really want to deal with
No, we can get. I know we don't know because we're not. We can't. But what do you honestly think would happen?
I really don't know.
Okay. No, man. Detroit's great. You're right, man. They're on their way. They're gonna play y'all in the championship.
See, no. There you go. You're putting words in people's mouth because you.
No, I'm putting them in my mouth. I'm saying that they're gonna play y'all. They're good. They're good. They're
right, they're gonna see y'all. Give them their props. Stop acting like they clowns.
Get ready, E. Man, they're gonna see y'all, man. Y'all better get ready, man.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Their team work. Look, we didn't already beat Dallas. Dallas is a non-factor right now until we see them in the playoffs. If we see them in the playoffs, okay. But if we see Detroit, that's a whole nother animal.
Whole nother animal, man. They're tough.
Okay. And for you to be sarcastic like that, you
I know
ain't
they're tough.
been-
Eric, I'm agreeing with you. You say they're tough. They're tough,
No,
man.
no,
They,
no,
they
Steve.
beat the
No,
Chiefs
don't
week
do
one,
that.
man. You better,
Don't do
look
that.
out.
Don't
Look
do
out.
that. Don't you better than that, Steve. Don't do that. Don't
out,
do
man.
that. Don't do that. Because
What do you want me to say?
everybody
What do you
with
want me
any
to say?
common sense
What do
that's
you want me
watching
to
this show
say?
know you being
Wait,
sarcastic right now.
what do you want me to say? I said
All right,
they
all
weren't that
right,
tough.
You're
all
great,
I
Eric.
right,
said
You're
they weren't
great.
all
tough.
right, all right,
You're great,
all
Eric.
right,
Yeah.
all right, all right.
Yeah.
Gentlemen. All right, good. I gave y'all about a good 6-minute debate. However, I will say this right now. I just put a poll up on the Facebook channel. Check it out after the show. Who is the better team right now? Dallas Cowboys, Detroit Lions. You can vote now. You can vote right now. I put it up 2 minutes ago.
Carl Stewart for the log off right now and go
The
vote for
poll is up right now. You can go vote right now. Who is the better team right now? Just a Fan Podcast Facebook page. Poll: Dallas Cowboys or Detroit Lions? Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, children of all ages. Let us know what you think. Okay, and if you also leave in the comment section why did you make your choice? Okay, so now it is time for Pando's picks.
Wait, man, is this the late night DJ hour? What you an R&B DJ? What are you? It's time for Pando's Picks, yeah. Okay, Thursday night, Seattle Seahawks at the Dallas Cowboys.
Hold on, wait, real quick. I'm sorry. Vance, go vote. Thank you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, just because his team got dog walked by Dallas, don't mean. Okay, so Seattle versus Dallas. They in Dallas. Okay. Geno Smith is still not healthy. We don't know if Jason Peters, who's 41 years old, is gonna play.
I don't think he's supposed to.
Yeah, so there's that. And Dallas plays well at home, so I have Dallas beating Seattle. I'm thinking about 13. They're like a 9-point favorite in Vegas. I think it's gonna be a 13-point game.
Okay.
We still don't know if Kenneth Walker's playing also. San Fran kind of dog walked them in Seattle, but to be fair, Kenneth Walker didn't play. Jason Peters got hurt early. It might be different next week. We don't know. But because of those injuries, definitely those injuries and Dallas being at home, Dallas wins that game. Next up, Indianapolis at Tennessee. Tennessee found a way to win last week. I think that stops. I think Indianapolis goes into Tennessee and wins, even though Tennessee's pretty good at home. Oh, wait a minute. Isn't Jonathan Taylor he had thumb surgery?
Yeah, he has a thumb injury. So
he's
it's
not
back.
playing.
So it's back to Zach Moss. Looks like.
You know what? I may have to change that pick. I just remembered that injury.
Oh, and wait a minute, hold on. Vance saying he's done. Is he done for the season, or is he just done for a couple of weeks?
He's
That's
done
my
this
question.
week.
I know he's done this week, and I need to bench him on my fantasy.
Yeah. So no, I'm gonna change that pick because I just remembered that injury. So that's gonna play a huge role in that. I like Tennessee over Indianapolis. Okay. The next pick is my Stone Cold lock of the week, and if not, Brandon Staley is going to be publicly executed. LA Chargers at New England Patriots. If the Chargers do not win this game, you dealing with Bailey Zappi or Mac Jones, who I said and was on record saying when he got drafted, he trash. You got to win this game, Brandon Staley. You're a defensive-minded coach. You got to win this game. You don't win this game, they probably not going to let you on the plane on the way back, like I said earlier in the show. Like, that's my lock for the week. This is a must-win game for the Chargers. Detroit versus the New Orleans Saints. This was almost my lock. Detroit's going to be really hungry after coming off of that trap game against Green Bay. They probably going Derek Carr is erratic as all get out. There's no competent offensive play calling in New Orleans. As good as that defense is, that my God. So I like Detroit going into New Orleans and winning, which that's a tough place to play in, but I still like them going in and winning that game.
Okay.
Atlanta versus the Jets. Yeah, Atlanta's kind of on a roll. The Jets are reeling.
Yeah, but Atlanta don't have a quarterback.
You think Desmond Ritter's good?
Desmond Ritter, man, he's struggling, man. Bijan
Oh, you
Robinson.
saying? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. You saying that?
I think Bijan Robinson is the reason why they beat the what was it, the Saints this past weekend?
No.
And
you talking about, yeah, they beat the Saints. Yeah,
they beat the Saints,
they took control of the division.
Right, and
yeah,
I think you gonna ask Bijan. I mean, I know the Jets are not good on offense. You gonna ask Bijan Robinson to run against that? I'm not saying he can't, but you gonna ask him to run against that defense?
That's going what's in question though, because the Jets have under Robert Saleh, the Jets defense. First of all, they already were a pretty good defense, but Robert Saleh's really like done some stuff with that defense. It looks fantastic.
And that's what I'm saying.
But,
so you gonna ask.
I'm looking for the Jets to turn the ball over on offense.
I'm looking for Desmond Ritter to almost turn the ball over on offense too.
So it's like one of those train wreck type games you can't look away.
Hey,
because Zach Wilson still benched or is he playing? Because last I checked,
no, he's benched. I think he's still benched.
He's still benched. Okay.
Yeah, basically, but basically, this is what you have. You have a train coming from New York to Atlanta at 75 miles an hour, and on the same track, you got a train coming from Atlanta to New York going 85 miles an hour. How long is it going to take before those two trains collide?
Man, I never was good at math. English. Man, we ain't doing. Yeah, we ain't doing.
The answer is that's how bad the game is going to be.
Yeah, it's one of those either you can't look away or look away games. But I like Atlanta, but it would not blow my mind if New York found a way to win this game.
No, I get it. So this is not what you call it?
Pick 'em.
Yeah, pick 'em. Thank you.
Yeah, this a pick 'em. Arizona and Pittsburgh. There's some changes to the offensive coordinator at Pittsburgh. It looked like it's kind of working.
Got to see it.
Are you taller than a fifth grader still can't get it done against good defenses? I like Pittsburgh.
So is Kyler? Let me ask you a question real quick. Is Kyler Murray still being Kyler Murray, or does it seem like he's growing up as a quarterback?
No, it's the same Kyler Murray. Same Kyler Murray.
So he's not going to get it. He's just going to keep being Kyler. Okay.
He's going to keep being Kyler Murray, and I don't know what they're going to do with him with that contract that he has. Because
like I said, hope he don't get hurt and cut him after the season, because you can get out of that contract if you don't get hurt. Put him back on the bench, make him your third string quarterback, and move on.
At that salary?
I've seen
you talking about they cut him.
Yeah, cut him. You have to put him at third string quarterback, because there's language in the contract that if he doesn't get hurt, you can get out of it.
Okay. Well, I like Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh.
No, I do too, but get out of it.
I like Pittsburgh beating Arizona.
Because he's not going to learn.
Miami at Washington.
Stone Cold Lock.
The track meet. No, I already did a Stone Cold Lock, but if I was to do another one, that would be it. No. The track meet comes to Washington, and the only thing that's gonna slow them down is hopefully Washington has some bad weather. So it can slow the track down.
Hold on, I can find out for you real quick. Give me a second.
But even then, I still think they're gonna win. You still got Raheem Mostert, A-Chain's back.
It is supposed to rain.
Who's that third back? God, what's his name?
Jeff Wilson?
No, not Jeff Wilson. It's another guy. Jeff Wilson wasn't even activated last game. He's kind of sunk down on the depth chart.
I might go to Buffalo Wild Wings again with my Dallas Cowboy jersey on. With all them Washington fans out there.
Yeah, Washington, this is just going to be another step toward getting rid of Ron Rivera.
Yep.
Because I don't think Ron Rivera is going to know what to do against that offense led by Mike McDaniel.
All facts.
Denver versus Houston is another pick 'em.
Yes. Agreed.
Because again, CJ Stroud is playing out of his mind for a rookie. I like Houston at home. I know I picked Houston at home last week and they lost a close one to Jacksonville, but I like Houston over Denver, even though Denver is on a tear right now. It's like the offense is starting to gel. They're starting to get on Sean Payton's scheme, and it's starting to make sense to them. They're looking really good. Yeah, I like Houston to win this, but it's a pick 'em. I could see Russell Wilson doing Russell Wilson type stuff and pulling this game out because Houston's still struggling with that defense to get it solidified the way DeMeco Ryans wants it. Carolina and Tampa Bay. Give me Tampa Bay. Carolina's just they're just a mess right now. You got an interim coach coming in. I just like Tampa Bay to go ahead and take care of business against Carolina.
Regardless of Baker Mayfield's quarterbacking on that.
Right. In the grand scheme of things, it's not going to matter toward the playoffs, but, it has to be a pick and win. I got Tampa Bay. Cleveland versus the Rams. Man, that's a tough one. Is Myles Garrett playing? We don't know.
I think he might play. I'm not sure, though, but I think he might play because there's no structural damage.
Okay, so Myles Garrett plays. I think Cleveland can do enough to beat the Rams. I think the Rams blowing out the Cardinals last week was more of an illusion than anything else like that.
I agree.
They're going to slow Kyron Williams down. Kyron Williams is not going to have that type of game that he had.
Who?
Kyron Williams, the running back for the Rams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to run roughshod over that Cleveland defense. Cleveland is riding the back of their defense. And here's the thing, the Rams defense is not good enough to, no matter who Cleveland puts at quarterback, they're just not really that great. So, I still feel like Cleveland can move the ball, especially they can run the ball down the Rams' throat.
Aaron Donald is retired.
Yeah. So, Cleveland over the Rams. Okay, here's the big one, which should have been flexed. This game should have been flexed.
Either the Sunday Night Football or Monday Night Football, one of the two.
San Francisco at Philadelphia. This is another pick'em game because we went over all of the details as to why Philly could win, and we went over all the details why San Francisco could win. But there's one thing. And I'm saying this because I've watched other teams go into Philly and get done dirty. San Francisco is going to have to play the Eagles and the officials in this game. Yeah. So look for a lot of yellow flags on behalf of Philadelphia. And I think Philadelphia pulls this one out. I'm picking Philadelphia over my team because of what I've witnessed happen in the Philly home games this year. It's not even like, hey, it's not even like this. Like, wow, really? Mm-hmm. You're not gonna throw the flag on that, or you're gonna throw the flag on that? So yeah, I just it's an uphill battle, and the only way Philly can get out of that number one seed where they gotta travel for the playoffs is they gotta lose this game and then they gotta lose another one, and San Francisco's gotta win out. So we're kind of stuck with Philly right now. Kansas City over Green Bay.
Definitely.
I look for Kansas City kind of bounce back because they had tough sled against the Raiders last week. That game should not have been close. They pulled away later, but like the first half, maybe half of the third quarter too, it was like, what the heck? You should be like dog walking these guys, and they finally pulled away. But
they probably need to make Antonio Pierce their head coach.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. I think Kansas City is gonna have to start clicking a little bit better, and I think they started toward the end of that Raiders game. So I got them over Green Bay. Plus, Kansas City's defense. This is probably one of the best defenses Kansas City's had in a long time. Even
the last time Kansas City had a good defense.
Yeah, this defense is very underrated. Nobody's really talking about them, but
Agreed.
these guys are good. These guys are good, man. KC's defense is what's carrying them right now. A lot of games they should have lost, they won because of the strength of that defense. They have a different identity now. It's not they flinging it all over the yard, deep passes and stuff like that. Their identity's changed.
It has. It really has.
So it's like they went in more with Pacheco and Edwards-Helaire and short passing, control passing to the tight end from Mahomes to Kelsey, and then the defense goes in there and just eats. So it's they're winning still, but they're winning a different way.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So I like KC over Green Bay. Cincinnati at Jacksonville. I like Jacksonville to win this one.
Yeah.
I don't think that backup quarterback's got enough. I think he's gonna. Jacksonville's got all their weapons. Travis Etienne, Ingram.
It would have been a better game had Joe Burrow still been healthy.
Oh heck yeah! I'm assuming that probably scheduled that game, that late Monday night game that.
Yeah, because they was going to have Trevor Lawrence versus Joe Burrow.
That would have been a great game.
Right at the last second, my wrist.
Yeah, so I think that was the issue. Why that game, but they still should have flexed San Francisco and Philly because I think that's going to be a heavyweight boxing match.
People are going to watch that game this Sunday at 4:25.
Yep.
They are going to watch that game.
Yeah. It's going that I think the rating's going to be through the roof in that because what that game could determine is basically who has a supremacy in the NFC. Now, going back to that, if San Francisco wins this game, Philly's still the number one seed because they still got a game up. They will be 10-2. San Francisco will be 9-3. If San Francisco loses that game, they wouldn't really lose any ground either. They probably still be the 2 seed. So, the game doesn't really hurt seeding for either team. It's just kind of like, it's literally like people are putting like all the chips on the table, but it's really not affecting the seeding in the NFC race. Well, let me back up off of that. Because if San Francisco loses and Detroit wins that game, San Francisco can go back to being the 3 seed.
Okay.
That could happen. But Detroit, I don't think Detroit's going to lose to New Orleans. And, we're going to have to see with Philly and San Fran because we're going to see. We're going to see who's talking was the most truthful. So in review, give me Dallas over Seattle, Tennessee over Indianapolis, Chargers over Patriots, Stone Cold Lock, Detroit over New Orleans, Atlanta over the Jets, Pittsburgh over Arizona, Miami over Washington, Houston over Denver, Tampa Bay over Carolina, Cleveland over the Rams, Eagles over the Niners, Chiefs over the Packers, and Jaguars over the Bengals.
And you say Stone Cold Lock was Chargers over Patriots?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, Brandon Staley don't win this game. Like I said, he may not be able to ride the plane home.
God, that's your Stone Cold Lock. I thought your Stone Cold Lock would have been Miami over Washington.
Well, there's more at stake. This Brandon Staley game against a very, very, very – it's a poverty franchise. It's a poverty franchise.
Okay.
So you got to win this game to save your job.
I agree. But
you still may not save your job. You still may not save your job if you win that game. This is one like you better win this. It's kind of like that. It's not like, well, you got to show us that you're good and win this. It's you better win this because if you don't, you doggone show out the door.
All right. Well, anyway, All right, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we had a 6-minute debate between Steve and Pando
Where
about
did he
who's the
go?
best. Huh?
Where'd he go?
He gone.
Oh,
There was a debate, 6-minute debate between Pando and Steve about who's the better team between Detroit Lions and Dallas Cowboys. In the middle of the show, I created a poll on Just a Fan podcast page. I even shared it just now on my end. Who's the better team, Detroit Lions or Dallas Cowboys? And if you can vote, and if you like, please comment on the underneath it and tell me the reason why you chose that team. Okay, so it's on the Facebook page now.
so you was over
That's
there.
the Fan Podcast. It's on there now. It's been up there for at least 20, maybe 15, 20 minutes. Okay, so anyway, thank you for tuning into our show. We are live currently on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch. Okay. You can follow us on TikTok, IG, Facebook, and Instagram. IG, I said that. Twitter, Facebook, IG, TikTok. Okay, those are 4 ways you can follow us. And you can listen to us on Google, Apple, and Spotify podcasts. That direction. Panel 316. Man, a few words unless you just feel like debating.
I'm here for it. I'm with it. You know, I'm here for it all day.
Now he usually says he doesn't have the crayons or the time or whatever to debate you. He had the crayons today. Okay.
No. Don't do that to Steve. Don't do that. Don't you do that to Steve.
Okay.
Steve is a colleague, and he's part of the brain trust, just like the rest of us.
Okay.
So
All right.
that's why I would engage.
Okay, so that doesn't count. Okay, I got you.
There are a lot of idiots who I will not engage with because
okay. I got you. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, quarter host, Wildcat quarterback that runs this thing. 5 bear all day long, baby. Let's go. Week 13. Let's find out some things with these playoffs. Don't come talking to me about playoffs. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Playoffs?